You all know by now that the Make America Healthy Again mission is one close to my heart. We're ridding our diets of toxic chemicals, addressing addiction, and bringing together people from diverse political, professional, and personal backgrounds for one common goal: to make America thrive. And improving our physical and mental health will no doubt have a domino effect. By properly fueling our minds and bodies, we're also fueling innovation and prosperity for years to come. So let's begin tonight with a moment that's gone absolutely viral. Mike Tyson entering the ring for a Maha message: eat real food.
We're the most powerful country in the world, and we have the most obese, fudgy people. Something has to be done about processed food in this country.
The former world heavyweight champion has joined the fight against obesity, and he's passionate about putting an end to over-processed foods. And as we know on this show, he's in good company. Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and White House Senior Advisor Calley Means have been working around the clock to improve the food served to our public school children and our military members, and reimagining the outdated nutrition guidelines that we can all follow. It's clear these men are devoted to improving public health in America. And this week at the Department of Health and Human Services, all three came out swinging. Secretary Kennedy, thanks for welcoming us here again to HHS. And of course, I can't think of a better place to do an interview than right here in the gym at HHS. So thank you for having us. You guys have had quite a day, but Secretary, I'll start with you. When you took on this role, one of, I think, the major milestones that you were aiming for was, coming out with this new food pyramid, new nutrition guidance. We're going to see this implemented in public schools. We're going to see this implemented in the military. How will that implementation work? And just overall, how are you feeling about all of this?
The week that I came into office, which was almost a year ago this week, we were handed the new dietary guidelines that have been developed by the previous administration. It was hundreds of pages long, and it was driven by the same mercantile impulse that put Fruit Loops at the top of the food pyramid. And we have the sickest generation in American history, the sickest generation probably in human history. In terms of chronic disease, we have the highest chronic disease burden in the world. 77% of our kids cannot qualify for military service, and we're spending about $4.3 trillion a year on healthcare. Most of that is related to diet-induced chronic disease. So it is ruining our economy, it's ruining our national security. And now we have an opportunity to change it. And I'll just say this, we are driving with this food pyramid. We're driving good food into school lunches, into the SNAP program, into WICS program, into the Indian Health Services, into the prisons, into the military bases. Yesterday I met with Robert Irvine, who's a chef that has now been retained by the military, by Pete Hegseth, to change the diet for the entire military. They're serving real food. The cost of a meal of real food is $10 a day per soldier. The cost of the junk that they were being served was $18 a day. We're going to drive that knowledge and that system across the country so that every American can get affordable, high-quality food accessible.
I think a lot of people said, we'll never see Mike Tyson here at HHS. And here you are. You're part of this. And I want to go back to what we all saw, a very personal side, I think, for you, showcased in an advertisement during the Super Bowl. You talked about your health journey, your sister's health journey. Tell me why it was so important for you to come out and talk about that right now.
I had an affinity with the commercial because I had a sister that died from obesity. So when they heard my story, they used me as for the commercial, and it was just, to me, telling the truth. People shouldn't be surprised to think that I'm one of the most healthiest people on the planet. So they should think that I would be, want to be a participant in this. And I'm affected, of course, not only by my sister, but by my daughter and by my friends. They just can't stop picking up the food. It's because the ultra-processed food is a narcotic more than it is anything, a nutritionist.
Well, Calley, I think people in the health and wellness space have heard your name and they know your name. Tell everyone what kind of fuels your passion for making America healthy again.
My mom was taking a hike, felt a pain in her stomach, got a scan, learned she had stage 4 pancreatic cancer, died 12 days later. And the doctors told us that that was a tough break. But I knew from my sister, who left the medical system, put these pieces together, it's not a tough break. We have the highest cancer rates of any society in human history today in the United States. We have the highest rates of diabetes. We have the highest rates of obesity. We have the highest rates of cardiology issues of any society in world history in the United States. It's all connected. And my mom was on the diabetes medication. She was on the statin. She was on the chronic disease medications, but doctors never told her what the root cause is. They never talked to her about ultra-processed food. She followed the previous dietary guidelines. So I watched this union of President Trump and Bobby Kennedy come together, and I had an insight into it. There were hour-long tear-filled conversations about how these two men could make history by shining a light on the root cause. This is the first administration in history that's asking the question, why are we getting sick? So I dropped everything I'm doing. I left my company. I had to come into the White House and help with this. And the real opportunity here from these dietary guidelines, the public health messaging with Mike Tyson, this national, I think, spiritual revolution that we're seeing is very, very important. I think it's the most important thing. But what President Trump is asking us to do every day is how do we drive real food affordability and access to Americans? So as I said, those dietary guidelines impact procurement. They impact culture. And I think it all boils down to this thing I'm holding my hand right here.
I've eaten so many of those.
This is the single most procured item of the federal government for breakfast, for federally funded breakfast for 5-year-olds. In public schools around the country, the government is paying for this item to be served every single day to 5-year-olds. What do we expect is going to happen? The palates develop at an early age. This is an addictive product. We're not trying to ban donuts, but they should not be government funded for 5-year-olds. Then you go to the lunches, 70% ultra-processed. We're giving the money to multinational junk food companies instead of farmers. And then we feed them crap in the military. And then we wonder why we have the highest healthcare prices in the world. This is the issue, and it's common sense questions. Can we have an egg instead of a donut? Can we have baked chicken instead of fried chicken? Those are the common sense questions President Trump has mandated us to ask. It's going to be a win for farmers, a win for health, and I think we're going to see there's going to be articles in a couple of years. How have healthcare prices gone down so much? How has health affordability been spurred so much? It's because we're going to be less sick.
And Secretary, the obesity numbers are staggering. 1 in 5 kids and 2 in 5 adults are considered obese. How did we get here, and how do we get out of this?
When my uncle was president, I was a 10-year-old boy living in this town. The obesity rates in kids were under 5%. Now they're 20%. Adults are 40%. Obese and overweight adults are 70%. It's not because Americans got indolent or lazy or hungry. It's because we were being mass poisoned by processed foods that hijack your brain. Your body knows that you're not getting nutrients, so it keeps stuffing more and more in because they're nutrient anemic, nutrient barren, food-like substances. They're not food, and we need to start eating real food again.
And that will hopefully get us out of this. The other thing, that we know is we need to move our body. And Mike Tyson, I can't think of anybody better than Iron Mike to talk to us about this. Fewer than 1 in 4 kids are actually getting the aerobic physical activity that they need on a daily basis. So why is it that our kids are not moving as much as they used to, and how do we fix that?
Because of the information they're receiving. When you're on television, when I was a kid, I watched Bill Cosby sell pudding pot jello. We ate that all the time. And the information that they're receiving, and that's the reason why they're eating bad. Well, we have to put good information out there.
But we are using Mike Tyson, the celebrities, the best technologists in the world. We are going to have motivating, action-oriented information. And as you know, the president brought back the fitness test. You're going to have Bobby Kennedy, hopefully Mike Tyson, go around to schools. We're trying to put a strong message out there that we know Americans want to be healthy, and we're going to do whatever we can to support that.
Well, we know that there was the Pete and Bobby challenge. Could we see the Mike and Bobby challenge at some point? Would you come up with a workout that maybe we could have kids do in school, Mike?
I'm the kind of guy, I'm used to running's the best thing. The best workout you can do is running. And if you can't run so well, just walk. You're not going to get any better workout than that.
More on food and fitness with our knockout panel when My View returns.
And it's not about how much you do, it's about the consistency. So when the consistency is working, everything else is working.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.